President, Excellencies, thank you for the opportunity to brief you today. I am Noura Erakat, a Palestinian-American human rights attorney and author. 25 years ago, when this body adopted Resolution 1325, the Security Council made an unabashedly feminist commitment to advance gender equality because you understood that women are critical agents for a just peace. Nowhere is this more apparent than in Palestine, where for decades, courageous Palestinian women have resisted dispossession, removal, apartheid, and now genocide. Yet nowhere have the WPS agenda's tenets of equality, inclusivity, accountability, and respect for human rights been more out of reach. In Gaza, one woman and one girl have been killed every hour for the past 730 days. Despite the recent enthusiasm to end this war, the terms of the current proposal are setting up Palestinians to live under permanent occupation and siege. The end of this genocide cannot come at the expense of accountability and justice for its survivors. The voices of Palestinian women have been notably absent from this chamber. I am here today because my Palestinian sisters cannot be. Those who are able to travel outside the besieged Bantustans Israel has created across Palestine are denied visas to the United States. Others face reprisals for speaking out. This council should be doing everything in its power to recognize and support Palestinian women as agents of change. But when a people are enduring genocide, the first priority is life. Today, I will show how Israel's ongoing Nakba in Gaza intends to destroy the Palestinian people in violation of the Genocide Convention. I will detail how attacks on the reproductive capacity of Palestinian women and girls collectively aim to eliminate the possibility of a Palestinian future in 4 stages. 1. It is a struggle for Palestinians to survive, let alone conceive in Gaza. 92% of residential buildings have been destroyed, leaving no quarter for privacy or intimacy. Further, the systematic sexual abuse and torture of Palestinians in captivity, including rape of men, women, and children, filmed forced nudity, electrocution of genitalia, have resulted in mental and physical trauma that impede an ability to engage in sexual intimacy at all. Recently, the UN Commission of Inquiry concluded that the bombing of the Al-Basma fertility clinic that destroyed 4,000 embryos and over 1,000 vials of sperm and unfertilized eggs was a measure intended to prevent births. Between 2022 and 2025, the birth rate of Palestinians in Gaza has declined by 41%. 2, even if Palestinian women manage to conceive, it is a struggle to carry life to full gestation. In addition to the trauma of incessant bombardment, attacks on medical facilities, hunger, and disease, it is impossible for women to meet basic needs, let alone access their sexual and reproductive rights. Shayma Jabir Thabit became pregnant with her first child during the genocide. On the day her shelter was bombed in Nusayrat, Shayma described how she fled by foot without destination, how she saw women fainting from shock and children screaming in fear, how she felt it was truly a day of judgment. A week later, doctors told her that her baby would not survive. By 2024, the rate of miscarriage in Gaza has increased by 300%. 3, even if Palestinian women manage to carry life, it is a struggle to deliver. As of August, some 55,000 Palestinian women lack access to prenatal care, increasing the risk of postpartum hemorrhage, the leading cause of maternal death. Maha went into labor in Rafah. The city, originally home to 300,000 people, was sheltering 1.5 million. She was turned away from the hospital due to capacity constraints and forced to deliver in a public bathroom. Maha is not an exception. Every week, at least 15 women in Gaza deliver in appalling conditions. And those that do reach a hospital do not fare much better, like Shayma Iftouh, who endured a C-section without anesthesia. She described the pain as beyond human tolerance. 4, even if women and their babies survive, it is a struggle to keep Palestinian newborns alive. Famine has been confirmed in Gaza. Over 60% of pregnant and breastfeeding women are unable to produce milk due to malnutrition. As these women starve, they grow faint with anemia, their teeth may fall out, and their immune systems, already weakened by pregnancy, become even more vulnerable to disease. Many will give birth to underweight babies. Amira's parents were able to feed her until she was 6 months old. But when she caught an infectious disease, her parents could do nothing but watch her die. Amira is among at least 450 babies that were born and killed during the genocide. Taking together, these 4 stages of attack on survival and intimacy, pregnancy and gestation, labor and delivery, and child rearing and parenting show the intensity of attack on the ability of Palestinians in Gaza to reproduce and continue life. This was always the intention. In May 2025, Zahut party leader and former member of the Knesset, Moshe Feiglin, said, "Every child in Gaza is the enemy. We need to occupy Gaza and settle it, and not a single Gazan child will be left there." He was not prosecuted for incitement to genocide. Despite an ICC arrest warrant, Foreign Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, who referred to all Palestinians as human animals, remains at large. Just 2 days after the UN Commission of Inquiry concluded that Israel is committing genocide in Gaza, the United States cast its 6th veto of a Security Council ceasefire resolution, and now advances plans to absolve alleged war criminals, to whitewash a genocide we have all witnessed, and to render once again Palestinian self-determination into a question at the mercy of outsiders. As enshrined in the UN Charter, our inalienable rights cannot be subject to negotiation. Palestinians have a right to self-determination in our ancestral homeland, a homeland that has etched the shape and color of our embroidered dresses, that has entwined our family lineages through marriage, that has flavored our most exquisite dishes with the bite of pomegranate molasses and the tang of green olives harvested in the fall. A homeland that has provided grammar for our poetry and holy sites for our worship and pilgrimage. Our survival cannot be conditioned on surrendering our right to build a collective future on this land which makes life worth living. And our refusal to surrender is precisely why this campaign aims to destroy the Palestinian people. In its current form, the US proposal is contingent on the removal of Palestinians from the helm of their political future. As emphasized by UN experts on Friday, the political outcome that we also desperately want cannot be based on outright violations of international law. Excellencies, you cannot allow brute power to unravel our humanity. I therefore urge you to insist that any solution to end the genocide not come at the expense of accountability or respect for international law. To ensure, as stipulated by the ICJ, that the end of occupation is overseen by the UN, not Israel and its allies. To protect the integrity of ongoing proceedings at the ICJ and the ICC, to end the transfer of arms and other equipment or items, including jet fuel, to Israel, to pursue prosecution of individuals, corporations, and media companies complicit in genocide, and to ensure that Palestinian women can meaningfully participate in rebuilding their societies and ultimately forging our collective futures. Should you be paralyzed by fear, I encourage you to look to Palestinian women. They refuse to surrender. Neither should you. Thank you.